are we? The sons of the living God. Who are we? The sons of the living God.
All right, first and foremost, we give all praises, honor, and glory unto the Most High God, Yahweh. We do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world intimately called Jesus Christ. Put this link out briefly, and we can start class. Slovakia. All right. Okay. You logged into Facebook on there, on that machine?
I am. Yes.
All right.
Sure.
I need you to go to my page. You need to go to my page, get this article. Let me know when we get there. We'll go into that first and foremost. You running a little slow?
I'm trying to plug it up to mine. And for some reason it's
Not working?
Yeah. I got it.
All right. Going real slow.
No, I just had to connect it to my phone.
Okay.
There we are.
You see this white dude come out and lick all of UPK foods.
Yeah, I've been seeing that. Somebody watched the make sure they watch the comment board or the chat.
Hey, I'm already logged into YouTube, so
Okay, yeah, go get on that chat.
I'm a moderator.
That was all. Messed around.
Feeling pretty bad. Down to yourself, huh?
Keep going. That one. Click on that article right there. We're gonna bring this article out. Read the title. Let me know, cite the source. Read the headline. Go ahead.
This is on KTLA.com. It says 16-year-old's gun possibly taken from Westmount apartment.
The white man is the devil. Before we halfway through the title, the white man is already the devil. 16-year-old's gun possibly taken. You say he has a gun. You gun him down because you say he has a gun. When did somebody come and take the gun? You looked at him and shot him. You had to be in firing range in order to shoot him. What ninja swooped in and took his gun? 16-year-old brother dead with a newborn baby. Dead. Right? Go ahead.
16-year-old's gun possibly taken from Westmount apartment courtyard where he was shot dead by deputy.
The Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. Right? So go ahead and read that article.
So the 16-year-old boy was shot and killed by a deputy in the unincorporated Westmont neighborhood near South Los Angeles Sunday night.
What is near South Los Angeles? What is Westmont? Who knows what Westmont is? Westmont is a part of South Central. What did they do? They renamed it because of the stigma of South Central. So now it's South LA. It's not South Central, it's just South LA. And now it has all these various unincorporated areas. Athens, Westmont, Vermont Square. You understand what I'm saying? This is what they call all these. All of it is South Central that they tried to paint nice, and they're getting ready to eventually gentrify. Right? Go ahead.
According to the sheriff's department, which said investigators think someone may have removed the teen's gun from the scene.
Somebody may have. I mean, we looked at him and murdered him. When did somebody may have done it? I mean, when you're shooting a nigga, don't you think? Don't you have eyes on him? Go ahead. This is
real sloppy work.
Real sloppy police work. real sloppy. Go ahead.
Which even then, when you do something and it's sloppy, that means there's some foul play or some other things going on.
Always.
You know what I mean? That means you taking your eye off of the scene for a period of time for somebody to come swoop in.
Yeah. Who just leaves a dead body in the street?
Right.
When have you ever seen a cop do that? Who watches cop shows? I'm going to stay with the body.
Yeah.
I got to stay with the body because there's evidence on that body. Period.
And when usually what you see is when a cop guns a person down because they think that they're armed, they have to go and disarm the person.
Yeah, because he might not be dead.
He might not be dead.
You know, he get that last
that last scary movie,
yeah,
breath.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And it'll kill you. So once you gun him down, why didn't you go and then disarm him to where you know the gun? It was there. Now it's not. So it's like gun has now been taken.
Some black South Central ninja got it, you know.
Yeah, kick the gun away. Yeah, you gotta kick the gun away. It says the incident began when deputies responded to 911 caller who described a young man on foot.
And this, while we get into this, the point of this lesson is why it is so important to understand why Black and Hispanic people should not call the police on other Black and Hispanic people.
Right.
Because somebody called the cops because nothing happened to them. And this 16-year-old father lost his life because nothing happened to somebody who was acting like a scary hoe, driving in a neighborhood he has no business. You're going to see. Read.
Who described a young man on foot pointing a gun at the caller's car as he was driving down West 107th Street.
West 107th Street. So here's what we have to understand. This caller calls in and says a young man pointed a firearm at his vehicle. This young man did not shoot at him. He did not shoot at anybody. He pointed a gun at his vehicle, and he called the cops because of this. If you were driving, if anybody in this room is driving down the street and somebody pointed a gun at them and didn't shoot, would you call the police? No, somebody just pointed a gun.
That happened to me many times.
Listen, you're driving on West 107th Street. This is Westmont. Why don't y'all look up Death Alley in LA? The most homicides in LA occur in this small area. Who heard about 100 Days, 100 Nights? That is here. That's where this happened. You understand what I'm saying? So, of course, there's a young man who's pointing a gun at a suspicious vehicle that he's never seen before, driving on his street. He thinks you may be coming to murder him. Once he saw that you weren't coming to murder him, he put his gun down and didn't shoot you. Why the hell do you got to call the police? Would you think that man got a reason to have a gun? Them niggas is over there knocking each other down. Right? But hey, we got to call the cops. Now he's dead. And truthfully, it wasn't even him that had the gun. What proves that? They didn't find no gun on his body. So it was literally somebody else. Go ahead.
Deputies respond to the 1200 block near Budlong Avenue about 8:15 p.m. The Los Angeles County Sheriff Department stated in a news release, it says the two arriving deputies saw a person who matched the caller's description.
What's the caller's description? Black. He's black. Let's get him. Go ahead. And it's, again, mind you, it's another black man that called the police on this black man. Read.
It says who matched the caller's description of the young man with the gun. And they attempted.
I mean, if you just hear it, it's the terminology here. It's so textbook of the white cop murdering a brother. Go ahead.
And they attempted to contact him.
They attempted to contact him. Right? What's the first thing? What's the first instinct? Let's find out. Go ahead.
As they approached, the deputies said they noticed a handgun.
They noticed a handgun. They noticed something that no one has found that doesn't exist. They noticed something. Isn't it how crazy how good the cops are? They can notice things that aren't even there. LA Sheriff's Department is good, man. They're good. Go ahead.
Just again, listen to it.
Just listen to this.
As they approached,
I know he's reading ahead too. It's just gonna get better.
As they approached, the deputies said they noticed a handgun tucked into the waistband of his pants. The release stated. The person, later determined to be 16-year-old boy, refused their commands to stop.
16 years old. Go ahead.
Refused their commands to stop and ran from the deputies into a apartment complex courtyard, authorities said. When he turned toward them, the teen was reaching down toward his waistband where the gun was located that they first saw.
So he's in a courtyard. He's cornered in a courtyard of an apartment building, right? Where's the gun? Who came and took the gun? Go ahead. We're just going to trust the cops, especially LA cops, because they're trustworthy people. They've never been caught up in a corruption scandal. They've never unjustly murdered anybody, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it sounded like they said at first you read that they had already noticed the gun was tucked, right? And then right here it says, what was it, a courtyard?
First off, if they noticed the gun was tucked, they would have pulled their firearms immediately if they would already had seen the burner. Drop the weapon, sir. No, they just walked up on him and tried to make contact. You didn't even see a gun, my nigga. You didn't see it. Go ahead.
Sheriff's Homicide Captain Christopher Bergner said at Monday afternoon news conference, one of the deputies opened fire, Bergner said, striking the teen several times in the upper body.
This is how you know there wasn't a gun. How many deputies made contact?
Was it two?
Two. How many deputies fired? One. Because one knew we can't shoot this guy because he's not armed. One shot him. Go ahead. But he's going to go down. That code of blue, that police code, that's realer than any niggas on the street. They'll never tell on each other.
Which makes sense because with what the chief is saying, because if one of them noticed the gun at the initial contact of the suspect, you're gonna let your partner know.
They say it. Gun,
right. Hey, he's got a, as he runs away, you're chasing him, you're gonna let your partner know he's got a gun.
Period.
So therefore, your partner's not gonna be met with the same surprise you were when he turns around and he wants to come into his waist. You see what I'm saying? It's not gonna be a surprise. Therefore, if they both were aware and they both saw him reach for his gun, they both would have fired. I mean, it's basic arithmetic.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not anything that's hard. And to the untrained eye, we can see the foul play and the misconduct here.
That's right.
It says, as 30 to 40 people enter the courtyard, many of them angry about the shooting, the deputies call for backup. While waiting for additional deputies and trying to control the situation, it is believed that someone may have been able to gain possession of the gun and take it, said an updated sheriff's statement. Updated, which means that wasn't even the initial statement.
That's what they had to go, and somebody had to tell them, you got to tell one of them niggas took the gun. Go ahead.
The teen was identified late Monday morning by the coroner's office as Anthony Jacob Weber, who was pronounced dead at the scene. Numerous posts on social media indicated he went by TR and had a new baby. Bergner said one of several witnesses interviewed by the investigator in part backed up the deputy's description of events. The witness said he or she couldn't tell.
There's this. Now there's a phantom witness. He or she couldn't tell what. We don't even know this person exists in such anonymity. We don't know the gender. I've never heard of a genderless. I've heard of a nameless witness. I've never heard of a genderless witness. Maybe they're asexual. Maybe they're transitioning.
You can't identify, right? They didn't get the pronoun before,
so they can't put it out there.
Right.
Maybe a lawsuit. Okay, go ahead.
We understand. All right.
The white man is the devil.
Right, that's right. The witness said he or she couldn't tell if the teen had a gun.
So even the witness, this phantom witness, still can't tell whether a gun was involved. Go ahead.
When deputies approached the boy at the back of the apartment complex, but deputies could be heard saying, "Don't reach for it, don't reach for it," as though the teen had a weapon, the captain said.
So there's that.
Wait. But deputies could be heard. Oh, the captain said that the deputies could be heard. But I thought the teen was Oh, I thought the witness was testifying.
Bergner said one of several witnesses. So this is now third party. He's alleging that some unidentified witness came and told him that, and he's relaying that to the media.
Because Bergner said,
Captain
okay,
Bergner.
I got you.
That's what we call in the court of law hearsay.
Right.
That's not good. Go ahead.
But on Sunday night, an emotional woman who said she witnessed the shooting described a very different scene.
So an emotional woman, this is somebody who's identified who has came forward and is speaking out. Go ahead. What she said.
This is crazy. This is all in this is all in the same article.
It's all in the same article.
Who's not being identified, gender and all,
is backing up the police. The person who is forthcoming, they could say it's out of fear.
Right.
Right. This is a gang neighborhood. The gangsters are gonna come and kill me if they find out. Go ahead.
She said deputies indicated they were serving a search warrant at the complex. I saw the police shoot at him.
Wait a minute. The deputies are liars. What did she say?
She says, she said deputies indicated they were serving a search warrant at the complex.
They don't have a search warrant at that complex. So they went into the complex lying about why they were there. There's no search warrant. You got a call about a guy with a gun, and then you responded to it. You didn't go see a goddamn judge. You don't have a warrant. You have to have a warrant to execute a search warrant. It's impossible. You don't have somebody saw somebody with a gun, and that's a warrant for me to search this apartment complex, even though the guy wasn't seen at this complex, just around this area, right? That makes a lot of sense. But no, this is typical LAPD/SD, because it's Sheriff's Department /Sheriff's Department protocol and behavior. We're gonna lie. Who's seen Training Day? Did the nigga have a search warrant when he robbed Macy Gray? He had a menu folded up. These niggas are still doing Training Day tactics. Go ahead. Warrant. Let me see that goddamn warrant. Hey, you niggas smell like liquor, man. You got to get drunk to come do your job. Go ahead. Hey, blast these fools. That was going to happen next. That's why he killed him. He was afraid.
Right.
Go ahead.
I saw the police shoot at him for no reason. The woman, Ashley Briggs, said.
Oh, Ashley Briggs. Powerful black woman comes forward and says they shot this brother for nothing. But nobody's going to believe her because she's just a high school dropout hood rat. And she's going to lie for this nigga, right? But we're supposed to believe this anonymous phantom witness and the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, who has a less trustworthy record here. Go ahead.
I just stepped to the side and they started shooting at him. Briggs, who described TR as her best friend, said about 12 shots were fired. The teen had his shirt off and nothing on him when deputies arrived, Briggs said.
So if he had burner, you're gonna see it. There's no concealing the burner with no shirt on. How are you gonna hide this motherfucker? Right? You got it. So you mean to tell me this nigga's just walking in the hood with no shirt on, just with the burner out? Like, nigga, what's up? Where you niggas at? Listen, the nigga might be bold. Niggas ain't that bold. Nigga gonna walk around his crib like that. But you mean to tell me he's standing just on 107 with no shirt on? I don't see it. I can't see it.
Listen, which makes sense because to say that the deputies like almost like they walked up on foot. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to serve a search warrant.
Yeah.
If you pull up in your car, you ain't got no shirt on, gun on your waist, you just gonna let the police roll up on you? You ain't gonna try to do nothing with the gun? I mean, come on, this is common sense. You know what I mean? You got no shirt on, gun on, you doing it. You see him roll up. Oh shit, I need to toss it or whatever. I got somewhere to stash it. But if you just sitting there chilling, you don't see the car pull up. You just see two police officers walk up on you.
It's
and
too late.
Like, yeah, like you said, it's too late. Let me run now. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. So again, you wasn't responding to no 911 call. You was over here trying to bother black youth.
That's right.
What does it say? It says the scene remained volatile after. The scene remained volatile hours after the shooting on Sunday night.
Of course, everybody's turned. Everybody's tripping over there. You got to understand something. This is a group of people now who live in this community who are used to one of their homeboys dying, everybody being in the street upset, everybody lighting candles, and then everybody doing what comes after that? Retaliation. So this is a raucous crowd because the niggas who did it is right there. The police is going to be right there the whole time. So of course it's going to get amped because the niggas who are responsible is I'm looking at them. Right? Go ahead. They're not hiding. I'm going to ride around looking for these niggas. They right here. Right? Go ahead.
Come. It says, damn. It says, with relatives gathered on the street and many deputies present, speaking Monday alongside the leader of the sheriff's South LA Bureau, Bergner said the two deputies who responded were pretty articulate in describing specific features of the weapon that led us to believe they did see a gun.
They know guns. They have gun magazines that come to their homes. They're police officers. They see guns all the time, articulately describing the pistol. First off, if it's just on a nigga waistband, how articulately could you have described the firearm? Nigga, I see a handle. Like niggas just got that eye. Oh yeah, you know, Smith & Wesson. So the heckler cock in his waistband. You know what I mean? Like, what? Nigga, you saw. First off, if you moving on instinct, he got a gun. I'm not sitting here looking at make.
Listen, he's sitting there like, it's a pretty nice gun you got there.
Nice 45 caliber in his waistband. All right? Please. This is a Swiss cheese story, man.
Yeah, bro, this is horrible.
You're right? Sure, but I'm gonna tell you right now, bet you they walk. Go ahead.
The teen's shirt was cut off by responding paramedics, the captain said. So who's to say? Is it the best friend? Is it Ashley Briggs or the chief captain?
That's a good question. Go ahead.
Bergner reiterated that authorities believe that after the shooting, someone took the gun that was in possession of the juvenile at the time of the incident.
Oh, really? Okay. So why isn't there a search for the gun? Go kick them doors. There's pistols in there, I'm sure. Once you think you guys have enough to get a judge to let you to kick some doors in? No, you don't. Judge ain't buying that shit. Go ahead.
Teen was locally known as a gang member in the apartment complexes.
I knew it. I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
He's a gang member. Not that he's a father. That's not being. Well, they mentioned it briefly. He was well known as a gang. Everybody who live on that street is a gang member, my nigga. I don't know if you know that or not. Go ahead.
They said he had a new baby. They didn't refer to him as a father.
As a father, he had a new baby.
Yeah.
Emphatically, is a gang member.
Right.
I mean, if you lived on 107th and Bloodlong, you would be too. Wouldn't have much of a choice. Go ahead. And then, mind you, though, again, this is how intense this war zone is. The beef that's going on right there began before Bloods even existed. That's how old that is. The Bloods didn't exist when this shit started. This is 40-plus-year-old beef going on. This is an intense war zone. So, of course, this kid is a gang member. Not his fault his mama moved over there. Right? Go ahead.
It says, and the apartment complex is a known hangout for gang members, Berger said. Riggs said the victim had a baby son, but the teen's mother spoke out on Monday afternoon.
Again, not calling him a father. Go ahead.
Saying he had a 9-month-old daughter named Violet.
Oh, 2 kids. Go ahead.
I needed to be known that my son was a good son, Weber's mother, Demetria Johnson, said, according to KPCC. He was a great brother. He had the biggest heart. He was a wonderful father. He didn't deserve this. He doesn't have that kind of heart that deserved this kind of killing. And again, you know, his mother makes sure to come out and let it be known he's a father.
That's right.
Okay, unlike
KTLA.
Yeah. In a recording of the 911 call that prompted the deputy's response, the caller said he was driving down 107th Street when a young man in a white t-shirt.
Like every time they say this guy was driving down 107th Street, all I think in my mind is for what? Why? You don't just gotta pass through there, man. You don't. Stay on Imperial Highway, nigga. Don't get off. Go ahead.
He said he was driving down 107th Street when a young man in a black T-shirt and jeans pointed a handgun at him, walking into the street toward the car. The sheriff's South LA station received on average about 10 calls per week reporting a man with a gun.
It's very. This is a textbook call. 10 calls a week that there's a guy with a gun in this community. You know why? Because there's an active war going on. Go ahead.
South LA station captain April Tardy said she called it a high violent crime area.
It is. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it. Anyone with further information about the shooting is asked to contact the sheriff.
I have some information. Your sheriff deputies are murderers. That's the information I have. Moral of the story is black people and Hispanic people don't call the police on other black and Hispanic people. So give me Revelations 2:10, please. Don't call the cops. You know why? Because your simple, mild concern about a pistol being pointed at you and your lucky ass not getting shot could turn into somebody losing a daddy. You see that? You mad that your man cursed you out, calling the cops on him? I'm not saying if he brutally beat you or anything like that, but he cursed your ass out. So here you are calling the cops on him, or you starting the scene to get the cops called. You might not have a man. You may be a widow tomorrow because you called the devil that the Bible speaks of on somebody you love. Somebody that you know the devil hates. Somebody that you know is a textbook candidate for a cop to kill for nothing. Who got it?
Book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer.
Fear none of these things. Read.
Behold, the devil.
The who?
The devil.
The devil shall do what?
Shall cast some of you into prison.
So the cops are the devil. Okay, the white man is the devil. He created a police force. The majority of the members of that police force are white. And everybody who's not white on that police force follows their father, the devil.
Right.
And comes to do the devil's bidding, which is to kill and unjustly incarcerate blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians, period. The devil shall cast some of you. 1 Corinthians 6:1. Somebody. 1 Corinthians 6:1.
Book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 1. There any of you having a matter against another?
Any of you, any black or Hispanic Native Indian have a matter, have an issue with another one, go ahead.
Go to the law.
Go to the law, read.
Before the unjust.
Before the who?
The unjust.
The white man is unjust. This same man put you in slavery, made you work for free for all them years, never gave you anything in return, unjustly locks you up, incarcerates you, murders you all the time, and you gonna call that same devil on somebody else? That's ridiculous. This devil is unjust. Dare any of you go to the unjust? Read.
And not before the saints.
And not before the saints, man. First off, your ass ain't have no business calling nothing happened to you, man. You mean so you drove down a street where niggas got guns, and you are surprised that a nigga had a gun? So you called the cops? You an idiot, man. You're a damn fool. Somebody give me Jeremiah 5:6, please. You're ridiculous, man. Another dead brother in the street because some nigga had to call the cops. I heard that there was a brother on that 911 call. Oh, yeah, this guy with a gun, you know, pointing a gun at me. Just shut up, man. I know niggas who don't call the police when they get shot. You calling the cops when somebody just had a gun? Go ahead. Your ass drove away safe, man. Go home, tell your wife how crazy it was. Guy pointed a gun at me today. We're on 107th. It's crazy, right? Okay, that's it. End of story. Kids still have a daddy after that. You understand what I'm saying? Mother still got sons. Niggas still got a homie. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
You know, it's funny that that word devil in Revelations 2:10 means false accuser.
The false accuser. That's what the devil. People, when you hear devil, people get spooked out like it's some red alien somewhere, man. Nah, man. It's the false accuser, the liar.
Right.
That's who the devil is. and it's him. He had a gun, man. Somebody must have came and took it. All right? One of those Hoovers came and took the gun. All right? Prove it. Go ahead.
It's Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 6. It says, whereof a lion out of the forest shall slay him, and a wolf of the evening shall spoil them.
Go ahead.
It says a leopard shall watch over their cities.
A leopard shall watch over their cities, man. And that, in this day and age, is applicable to the way that the police stalk us. It says a leopard shall watch over their cities, man. That's how a leopard hunts his prey. It just roams back and forth, stalks you, keeps his eye on you. That's what the police do. So you're literally calling a leopard to come and attack somebody when you call 911 on them. All right? You know this could go left. Something very easy. Something as easy as a traffic stop could turn into a homicide deep. Can you pull that up and kind of fill back in front of that a little bit? Something as easy as a traffic stop could turn into a black or Hispanic death, Native Indian death. Happens all the time. All the time. Soldier.
Cops will show up and they'll start questioning you like you're the criminal, like you did something wrong.
Like you're the criminal and you called him.
Yeah.
You can get your ass shot for calling the cops. You can call the cops and your ass go to jail. We've seen it, officer.
Yeah, I'm about to say, we got that lady inside her house. You know what I'm saying?
Lady inside her house, Seattle. That whole situation that these crackers went trying to lock us up over. That whole point of that camp, Charlene Lyles, she calls the cops because somebody broke into her home and she's pregnant, and in front of her kids, she's murdered by the cops. But I'm gonna call the cops on somebody, man. All right? That's ridiculous, man. The cops have never been for black people. What's that statement Polite made? I like the cops because they protect good black people from bad black people. Why do you think they killed him on that statement? How many statements he's made? He's had to go and well, I don't believe that now. I didn't mean that. Ridiculous. You know, but niggas a video me with me. Nigga, you ain't seen me change my statement. All right, this nigga's crazy, right? But go ahead. That was it on that?
That was not in on that. It says everyone that goeth out thence shall be torn in pieces.
Shall be what?
Be torn in pieces.
Shall be torn in pieces because there's a leopard that's stalking you. So what's that leopard going to do when he get a hold of you? He going to tear you in pieces, man. He going to tear you a new hole, man. Go ahead.
Because their transgressions are many and their backslidings are increased.
Because at the end of the day, we got to realize the state we in, and we got to start cleaning ourselves up and coming back to these laws, statutes, and commandments as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the Israelites. So these cracker police and the sellout coon and Mexicoon police don't have no power over us, man. All right? Sergeant, precepts.
Con. Yeah, because like you were saying, it's a shame that our people want to put their trust in a wicked nation like this.
That's right.
You know, and especially like when you said that we shouldn't be calling the cops, a lot of people might take that, all out of whack and get all messed up over that statement. But you probably never had any issues or had any problems with mistaken identity before.
That's right.
Right. We were at camp. We see some brothers get pulled over, get their pictures taken. Right. Why? Because they said they matched the identity of some people supposedly did a crime. When we talked to the brother after, he said, "Man, I was on my way to work." Now I'm like 30 minutes late. Got to explain this. He wasn't out committing crime. He's trying to get to work. Be a slave for the so-called white man.
Yeah,
right?
I remember one time, man, I was out there in Orange County, man, and I had on this Clippers hoodie. It was literally the same color scheme. It was a royal blue like this, but on the inside of the hood, it had like the jersey sewn in a red, right? I come out, I'm walking down the street, I get stopped. They're looking for an assailant with a red hat on. It's a blue hood, but the inside, they say, you know what? Maybe that's what they saw. The inside of your shit. I'm hemmed up for 2 hours.
Right.
All for the bitch to drive up and say, that ain't him.
Right.
You spending all that time on me, the real criminal's gone.
Right. He's out of here.
You understand what I'm saying? But people have never had to deal with this. Certain people don't call the police. Which, if you black or Hispanic, I don't know how you haven't dealt with this, or at least somebody extremely close to you has dealt with this. Don't call the cops.
Right.
There's other things. But we got to have stronger people in the community to be there as well. So the cops ain't got to be called. Somebody could come in for mediation. We got to be more honest. People start following these laws so we're not stealing from each other. So we ain't got to call the police. One of these niggas been and stole from me. Now, if it's a white man, call the cops on a white man.
God.
He don't have to worry about getting murdered from a cop, you know, an interaction with the police. I wish he did. I wish it was that easy. You could just call the cops on him. And if he acted outlandish, they would just put a couple in his ass. But it ain't not him. They're not going to do that to him. He could have a goddamn gun. They said right here in San Diego, at Mission Bay, what happened? That nigga was toting the gun for 30 minutes, pointing at the police. The situation ended peacefully. This brother ain't have a gun. He's dead. Officer.
I mean, back in Vista a couple years back, I went to the grocery store, had some stuff. You know, I was in the world at the same time. So I had cigarettes and everything else. I put the groceries in a basket that I seen on the side of the road.
Of
so
course.
I could
The good old trick.
Yeah. Man, the police rolled by. They seen me. I was like, I know they're going to mess with me. I tried to grab my stuff. By that time, they already done stopped, pulled me over, had me sit down on the curb. I had milk, chicken, all kinds of stuff. I was out there
Melted.
over an hour. They sat me in the back of in the trunk, put up the white little curtain, you know what I'm saying? Took pictures of my tattoos, you know what I'm saying? I was out there for over an hour. And then they just let me go.
Yeah, incredible ass.
Right. Now, even if you like haven't experienced any injustice yourself, even if you just watch all the injustice that happens in this nation, if you just watch it, I mean, you know, you've seen that woman who's been continually beat down, right? Calls the cops and she winds up going to jail. I think Mike Epps had made a song about it, right? The first one gets to the phone.
Yeah, the first one
gets to jail. Remember that? It happens so much to our people. Comedians make jokes about it. You know, you call the cops on a shooter, they come, you're the shooter, mistaken identity, they wind up shooting you. You see what I'm saying?
Bring it on.
That happens to our people.
Okay.
You know, who was it? Another comedian, what's his name? Dave Chappelle. Remember he said he called the cops for a burglar that came in his house. He said, damn, Johnson, I've seen this before. Niggas break in, start hanging up pictures of themselves. It's a new thing they're doing. You know, got them. You see what I'm saying? But our people have to suffer that.
Man, I was just I'm done with my scripts, but I was just watching What's the Worst That Can Happen with Martin, if y'all remember that. And remember he got the ring on it, and he goes, "There's Danny. No, it's not. It's Danny DeVito."
Yeah.
He goes,
Got
"That's my ring on."
Yeah.
Robs him with the police right there. Right. That's my ring. Nobody's gonna believe him, right? But go ahead.
God, limitations. And it's crazy too, because they said it was what, 12 shots? Was it 12 shots fired?
Well,
Which is a shot for each one of you tribes.
That's right.
None of those tribes on that chart exempt from this.
That's right.
Book of Lamentations.
Which it is too, because if you've seen the picture of the brother, he could have easily been. He could have passed for black or Hispanic. Easy. Go ahead.
God. Book of Lamentations, chapter 4. I'm gonna start at verse 17. As for us, our eyes.
As for us, who is us, the Israelites, black, Hispanic, and Native Indian? Read.
As for us, our eyes as yet failed.
As yet failed. His eyes failed. Read. Our eyes failed. What?
For our vain help.
For our vain help. This nigga called the police on a brother as if he didn't even need help, really. As if there was going to be some murderous gunman that was going to be apprehended as a result of his tip. And instead, a father was murdered who was unarmed.
Right.
Your vain help. Read.
As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help.
Read.
In our watching.
In our watching, read.
We have watched for a nation.
For a nation. What nation? America. And the white people in it.
Right.
Who are the Edomites according to the Bible. The devil according to the Bible. Read.
We have watched for a nation that could not save us.
That could what?
Not save
that
us.
That cannot save us. The police can't save you. They never have. Right. Why do you think people used to be so afraid of snitching? Because the cops can't save you. Right. Somebody's going to kill your ass. You got to move states. Right. If you want to tell on somebody, at least that's how it used to be. Either way, the police can't save you. Right. What's going to happen? You see what I'm saying? You get in PC. You can go and turn state's witness and go get them put in protective custody. You can still get got to in PC. This white man can't save you.
That's right.
He ain't never cared to save your black ass, your Hispanic ass, man.
That's right.
Read.
Verse 18. They hunt our steps.
They do what?
They hunt our steps.
They hunted this brother's steps, man. Go ahead.
That we cannot go in our street.
He's standing on the street where he lives. He can't go there because the police are going to kill him. They killed him. This is all written 3,000 years ago in the Bible. Go ahead.
God, our end is near. Our days are fulfilled.
There it go. That brother's end was near. He had no idea. Go ahead.
For our end is come. Our persecutors are swifter than eagles
Swiftly.
of the heaven.
Ran in, drew down on him, blew him down.
God.
Go ahead.
They pursued us upon mountains.
They did what?
Pursued us.
They pursued the brother. Read.
Upon the mountains.
It ain't a literal mountain. The mountain is a government in the Bible, man. They pursued him in this governing system of America, Babylon in the Bible. Read.
They laid wait for us in the wilderness.
They laid wait, man. Popped out on him and gave it to the brother, man. Because they're evil, sadistic murderers, man.
Yeah, because that's probably what they asked him. They probably said, well, what were y'all doing over here anyway?
Yeah.
And they got to get that question. Don't serve them to us. I want it.
You know? That's it on that.
All
right, moving on. You had something? Go ahead, Soldier. Okay, go ahead.
What is it? Deuteronomy 28, verse 16 and verse 19. It said, "Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field."
There you go. You in the city, you cursed. What brought all the black people to LA? Where were they before? In the field, in the South, in the country. You would go and watch all these. There's a YouTube channel, educational YouTube channel, Kev Mac Videos, great channel. And he goes and he interviews all the I'm talking about the original niggas who was first started the Crips, first started the Brands, first started the Pyrus, right? And you know what all of them would say? Majority of them. Some of them were born in LA, but the majority of them, they all say they were from 2 states, mostly. Texas and Louisiana, almost all of them. Oh, yeah, I was born in Houston. I was born in Louisiana in 1954. Now we moved to LA. Why did they move to LA? Because they were cursing the field. So they went to move to the city, thinking if I go to the city, I ain't going to be cursed no more. They get to the city, they still cursed. And now, 40 years later, they then planted themselves in the city, and then they created something 40 plus years ago that to this day, they murdering each other, and they dealing with a murderous police force that they've been dealing with. They've been having, when you hear these same guys, when a question is asked, well, how was the police treating you? The same way they doing this now. That's how they was in the 50s and the 60s, etc. Right? Go ahead.
19, verse 19. "Cursed shall thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shall thou be when thou goest out."
You born, you curse. You're born into a curse. You die in a curse. That's what happened to that brother. He died in a curse. Go ahead.
So like you saw, can you pull Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 2, 3, 4?
I got it.
Go ahead.
Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 2.
Uh-huh.
It says, "O Yahweh, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? Even cry out unto thee of violence."
Of what?
Of violence.
Of violence. What's happening? Why are we crying out? Of violence. Go ahead.
"And thou wilt not save.
Uh-huh.
Why doest thou show me iniquity, and cause me to behold grievance?"
And this is what our people are looking at. Our people are being dying. Lord, why won't you come save us? It's a grievance going on. I'm looking at sinful people in them streets, man. Read.
"For spoiling and violence are before me."
That's right. That's all that we see. Spoiling and violence. That's what you see. If you grew up in Westmont like that brother did, which is just a fancy name for a specific section of South Central, all you've seen your whole life is violence. Like they said in that article, that is a high violent crime area. A lot of this, they call it Death Alley, I believe, over there. A lot of murders. Go ahead.
It says, "For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that raise up strife and contention."
There are that do what?
Raise up strife and contention.
Our people are raising up strife and contention. The white man raising up strife and contention. Right? Go ahead.
That was equal to
4.
Verse 4. "Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doeth never go forth."
Judgment don't go forth. This white man, 9 times out of 10, this pig is getting ready to get away with this murder. Go ahead.
"For the wicked doeth compass about the righteous."
The what?
The wicked doeth compass about the righteous.
How they do that? In their police cars, what they call a black and whites. They compass the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Go ahead.
"Therefore wrong judgment proceedeth."
Wrong judgment proceedeth. What is the wrong judgment? This murderer, this murderous cop, 9 times out of 10 is going to get away with this murder. Right? That's it on that?
That was it on that.
All right. Go ahead, Ari.
Micah chapter 2, verse 10.
Uh-huh.
Arise and depart, for this is not your rest.
Do what? Arise. Uh-huh.
Arise and depart, for this is not your rest.
This is not our place of rest. So our mind got to be out of America. You're here, you're living your day-to-day life. You're doing what you got to do. You're paying your bills. But your mind is not here. Your mind needs to be on the kingdom. Your mind needs to be on Zion, man. Go ahead.
Because it is polluted.
This place is polluted, man. You want a piece of this pie? You want a piece of American pie? The same pie that'll murder you in broad daylight and just get away with it? The same pie that hung you on, that made you strange fruit, made nigger pie out of you? What did she say? How about I turn y'all into nigger pie? And this is the piece, this is the place where you want a piece of his pie? Please. I don't want none of this madness. I want nothing to do with this place. Go ahead.
It shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction.
It shall destroy you with a sword destruction. And get you killed, get you strung out on drugs with your mind in this place, man. Right?
Determined to carry the fight to Jerusalem. The SICARRI to the SICARRI. Anyone who wasn't fighting the Romans was a collaborator and worthy of death.
Many were slain every day, and the fear men were in was worse than the calamity itself.
The SICARRI fighters are motivated by a deeply held belief in God, freedom, and the independence of their country. They're famed for their fanaticism and their vicious dagger. The SICARRI are one of the only guerrilla groups never to bow to the might of the Roman Empire.
The SICARRI were guerrillas.
Guerrilla warfare.
It was a perfect term for a guerrilla unit.
But for the SICARRI, surrender is not an option.
Fanatical groups like the SICARRI never surrender. They never surrender because what their aims are not negotiable.